Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Ahmed at Altcoin Era. We're going to look through the markets. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to start off with a particular coin that's making some noise, and it's called Launchcoin. This is Launchcoin. It was a dead chart. Don't worry, don't beat yourself up. No one would have been able to buy this unless you're an insider. So basically, it kind of works like this. There's a group of people, they come on board, they're like, listen, we need some key opinion leaders, we need some people to pump this coin, market this coin, etc., etc. Then they get a few whales, people with large amount of money, and what they do is they pump the coin. Once they pump the coin, it draws in attention, it draws in a lot of liquidity, and then the whales begin to dump. This, ladies and gentlemen, is heading straight down. Don't worry, don't feel the FOMO, don't feel it at all, because a lot of people in X, a lot of people on social media want to dunk on you and say, you know what, you missed this massive pump that has gone up by, from the bottom to the peak, it's gone up by 300x in a matter of 4 days. Now we can look at some of the top holders and some of the folks that turned small amounts of money into massive gains. There was one individual, if I can find him, that turned 9K into 1.2 million. This individual right here turned 9,000 US dollars into 4.7 million in just a month. That's a 500x on Launchcoin. So there's a lot of manipulation going on. There's a lot of pump and dumps going on in the space, as you are very well aware. And whoever is trying to show you this is either an insider or they are part of the campaign, the marketing campaign. This is just another form of pumped up fund.
What's my net worth? Big enough to not work, small enough to where I can't spend money like I used to. I can't light money on fire anymore. Am I 8 figures? No, dude. If I were still 8, not after taxes, I'm gonna be fucked. No. I'm in pain. I'm in agony. I need to actually win again. I'm doing horrific right now. What was my peak? More. It was fucking more. I don't want to think about my peak. Let's not ask about my peak. I could have just stopped trading at my peak. I literally could have just, I don't know, sailed off into the sunset, done whatever. But if you make money as a degenerate at your peak, you will still be a degenerate. You can't just eliminate the degenerate out of your DNA. So naturally, I gambled all my fucking money.
Now we're going to go back in history, and it started off with this cycle with Friendtech. Now Friendtech came along. It was like some sort of social media kind of app where you can make money. It's a decentralized social platform. It features social spaces that is governed and owned by the community using keys. Friendtech went down a whopping 97%. Then you have very recently, you have something called Sora, which basically makes NFTs or pictures, or you can coin anything, literally anything. This is a picture, and this individual is selling it for $68, as you can see over here. Another image or a video, and they're selling it for $11, and they've made a total of $89, as you can see here. $19 here, and again another image selling for $165, and again another image, and likewise it keeps going on and on and on. So this is the space we're in. It's very similar to Pumped Up Fund. If you're aware of, Pumped Up Fund is like a consumer app, and at the moment everyone's really going absolutely crazy with consumer apps. They're trying to bring the next Pumped Up Fund. This is the revenue, the lifetime revenue is made, believe, and this is the amount of coins they've launched. So 13,917 coins. The total volume is sitting at 720 million, almost a billion. 24-hour transactions is 1.2, and the 24-hour fee earnings is a whopping almost 10 million US dollars. There's a plethora of different launches. They have Launchcoin, they have Dupe, they have Startup, Unicoin, Yappa. Let's have a look at Yappa. It looks kind of interesting, to be fair. It's a deep fake AI app for creating hilarious high quality videos. So I went on and I've done some research and I looked into Yappa.
Yapper, where you can make anyone say anything with AI and send your friends and family hilarious AI generated videos and roasts to make them laugh. Let's check out how it works. Let's go to Yapper. Let's get started. And then we could either choose from a popular source video, or we could create a deepfake, a roast, a birthday message, or a double clip. Let's create a deepfake to start. We can either choose a video or upload a video that we want, or even throw in a YouTube link. Let's go popular. Let's click on Donald. Let's select a custom video for today. We could say, Yapper lets you make fun of your friends with AI. Now that we pasted our script in, we can review, add advanced lip syncing. We could preview the voice if we wanted to, check the terms and conditions, make sure this is satire and entertainment uses only, and create our Yap. Now that our Yap is ready, let's check it out.
Yapper lets you make fun of your friends with AI, upload a video, add a script, and generate the video. It's hilarious. Use responsibly.
There we go. So we can download this and send it into our group chats and make our friends and family laugh like they've never laughed before. Check it out.
I like the idea, so I went onto the website and I thought, you know what? Let me just use the website and let me make it myself. I can actually make these images myself, by the way. I can do this easily by myself. So anyway, I just went onto the website and I thought, you know what? Let me play around with it. This looks really cool and interesting. Let me play around with this. I went onto the website and you can't do nothing. You can't even use it. It's just all marketing. I played around with it. I logged on. I tried my best. I even uploaded clips and still it doesn't work. Now, this individual claims to be a Harvard graduate, As you can see here, AI startups are coming to believe. Yapper is built by this individual, a phenomenal Harvard builder behind multiple viral products and 2 exits. Yet, the website hasn't been working. It hasn't worked yesterday, it hasn't worked today, and even some participants are saying that it doesn't work. The market cap for Yapper is sitting at 10 million market cap. There's 6.8 thousand holders, and the current price is a penny. You can view it on Dex Screener, and we can look at it and have a look at these kind of capital markets. This is the Dex Screener for Yapper, and it's gone up in the last 24 hours, a whopping 13,000%. Now, these ideas are all fun and games. I like it. It's funny. It's hilarious. I get the concept. But do you necessarily need to have a coin behind this, or do you necessarily need to have a market, a capital market behind this? Now, majority of these concepts are utilizing the attention economy. If your coin, or if your whatever pump fund, launch fund, Yapper, whatever it is, if your coin can garner some attention, then the price goes up. Simple as that. This is simply a momentum gain. And we've seen this time and time again. I can show you runes. Runes came out for a while. What happened to that whole ecosystem? Please, someone tell me. What happened to Rune? Rune came out, and it's kind of exhausting to see some of these new metas come out. A group of people all come together with a bit of money and they make a meta just to dump on the public, unfortunately. This keeps happening time and time again. These are some of the Rune ecosystem. I think you remember Runes that came out for a while. I haven't seen the market cap in some of these coins. This came out, it was Bitcoin Dog. Remember this? It was garnering some attention. Just like any attention economy, as soon as participants stop finding these stuff funny, then the price action goes down. As soon as the novelty wears out, the price goes down. There is a plethora of different coins built on Rune. We have cats in the stacks, we have Runes, Bitcoin, etc., etc. What on earth is Runes? It's a launchpad on Solana that turns attention into capital. You don't need VCs, you don't need full products, you don't need any dev team. If you've got an idea, the community vibes with you. You can launch a coin in seconds and start getting funding by the crowd. Does that ring a bell, guys? This is as old as time. They're using the same fundamentals as Pump.Fun, but they're trying to dress the pig in a different way. What makes it actually different? Okay. You don't need to fill out forms, pitch a DAO, shill in a Discord for days. Just post an X and Launchcoin will do the rest. It's permissionless, launched by the timeline. If people vibe with it, you can instantly go live. The barrier to entry is 0. The barrier to relevance is up to you. To be honest, this is not entirely new. We have the likes of Bancor, which is an AI-assisted crypto wallet in X. You can command it to do certain things on chain, and it will do this for you. It's not the first of its kind. There are many AI agents and more to come that will get better and better and better. Let's get back to the topic. Then he says, but let's talk drawdowns, all right? Drawbacks. You don't own the token infrastructure. Believe launches everything for you. That means you don't hold any of the back end power, possibly including mint authority and freezing access. It's not really a truly transferable asset or ownership. For example, if the private keys has been exposed, it's been exposed and you can't undo that. No instant full payouts. Founders receive funds in stages, not upfront, designed to reduce rugs but also kill the classic pump and dump rhythm. Then you have some tweets. Some folks are saying lots of bad takes on the timeline about Believe. Yes, the tokens are technically meme coins, which they are. Yes, the traders are mostly speculative capital from the trenches. Yes, they are. The same gamblers, the same casino members have just pivoted and moved on to what they think greener pastures. Yeah. And the idea of a casino is to make you feel happy that you lose money. That's the casino, basically. The casino is just it's designed, fundamentally, it's designed to make you feel happy while you're losing money. That's why all of these big casinos, such as Las Vegas and out in China, in Shanghai, that is why they spent huge money on some of the players. They provide them hotels, they provide them excellent catering, they provide them everything they ever can imagine, so they lose their money. And you know what they say, the house always wins. So when you get into some of these kind of stuff, just simply trade them. I'm not saying that they're a scam. I'm not saying there's no money to be made. There's definitely money to be made. And you can simply either long or short any of these coins. This is a disclaimer, and I will be shorting this coin because there's plenty of money to be made on the greed side and on the fear side. Here is a quick presentation. So the founders, they test the demand of the idea. They tag launch coin, which provides a symbol plus a name. If the demand is proven and gets 100K market cap, what follows after is a graduation. It's like a bonding curve, and it's released by Meteor. They're a famous or infamous market maker. And then after that, the fees are split between the creator and the launchpad. Then the fees are split 50-50. Unfortunately, that's not fair at all, but that's the terms and the conditions. You have to split it 50-50 between the creator and the launch app. We have the likes of 4meme, we have the likes of Pump.fun, the likes of Friendtech, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Launchcoin. Just like every other attention economy, once the novelty wears out, it will go straight to zero. We have some amazing news. Coinbase shares could see 16 billion of buying pressure from the S&P 500. The exchange is the first and only crypto company to join the S&P 500 index. Another sell-side team estimates that the S&P 500 passive funds will need to buy 36 million Coinbase shares for index inclusion. The Coinbase exchange, ticker symbol COIN, is soaring 16% earlier Tuesday after the Monday evening announcement of its inclusion into the S&P 500. This is a disclaimer. I do own Coinbase shares, by the way. And it's been a remarkable run up. I did say that we formed an inverse head and shoulders. I did say this a long time ago if you've been following this channel, and now formed an inverse head and shoulders. We broke out. This was a fake out, formed a cup and handle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're about to break out. If I do zoom out, this is dubious speculation, by the way, but if it does break this neckline, I could see in the long term prices to around $2,644. I did buy Coinbase shares during the very lows at this period here, and it has gone up, not a massive amount like some of these crypto scams. I'm joking, but it has gone up a moderate amount of 7%. That's not bad, ladies and gentlemen, for a coin that is now listed in the S&P 500. This is breaking news, and this literally fell on my lap as I was speaking about Coinbase. Literally right now. Check this out.
Hey everyone, I want to make you aware of a disturbing email that we received recently at Coinbase. It was a ransom note demanding $20 million in Bitcoin in exchange for these attackers not releasing some information they claim to have obtained on our customers. Now, we like to do things transparently here at Coinbase, and so I'm going to respond publicly to these attackers by saying no. We are not going to pay your ransom. In fact, I have a few next steps in mind that I'm going to share at the end of this video. But for the rest of you watching, wondering what happened, we did an investigation here, and these attackers have been approaching our overseas customer support agents, looking for a weak link, someone who would accept a bribe in exchange for sharing some customer information with them. Now, our support tools have limited access to customer information. There was no passwords or private keys or funds accessed as part of this. But customer support agents do have access to personal information like name, date of birth, address, etc. And attackers still want access to this information because it allows them to conduct social engineering attacks where they can call our customers, impersonating Coinbase customer support, and try to trick them into sending their funds to the attacker. Now, unfortunately, they were able to find a few bad apples. Our systems are designed to mitigate the impact of something like this, so less than 1% of our monthly transacting users had their records accessed, but this is still unacceptable. And I want to tell you what we're doing about it. So first, any customers that were socially engineered as a result of this incident, we're going to reimburse them. There's more details on our website, on our blog post about the reimbursement process. You can read more there. Any customers who have been impacted by this or have been notified at this point. Number two, we're hardening our systems around customer support to make something like this much more difficult in the future. And third, we're actually relocating some of our customer support operations as a result of this. But the last step is maybe the most important, which is that instead of paying this $20 million ransom, we're turning it around. And we're putting out a $20 million award for any information leading to the arrest and conviction of these attackers. For these would-be extortionists or anyone seeking to harm Coinbase customers, know that we will prosecute you and bring you to justice. And now you have my answer.
Oh my God. Wow, that's the leader I want. That's the leader I want. That's why I bought Coinbase shares. That's the man. You're him. Speaking about stocks in the S&P 500, this individual said something remarkable, and it shows the level of debt that we are in the system, the level of incompetence that's going on in the world, and hopefully we're going to get the fourth turning. Hopefully we're going to get the fourth turning, because this, ladies and gentlemen, cannot continue. If we put 10K in an IRA, that's like a pension pot for Americans, for every baby born in America, it will cost 36 billion per year. Compound at the average S&P annual growth rate till they're 65, and every person will retire with $5 million in their retirement account. It's really that simple. Instead, the average American worker pays $380,000 into Social Security over their lifetime, and on an average withdrawal of only $520,000 before they die. I really don't know where to start with this. The debt is so bad. It's so bad. The inflation is so bad that participants, Americans, the public, whoever, just for us to beat inflation. This is how radical and wild this is. And this state cannot continue. We have to get into the S&P 500 as soon as we're born. Newborn babies, and put in $10,000 into the S&P 500. This can't go on. This really can't go on, because the debt system right now, the American debt system is American debt ceiling. I think right now it's like 37 trillion. The national debt clock is currently at 36 trillion US. Every citizen in America is indebted by roughly 107,000 US dollars. The US spending every single year is 7 trillion. The Dodge clock is only saving 430 million. And the savings per taxpayer is a mere 4,000 US dollars every single year. Now you do the maths. This is getting highly, highly unsustainable if every single newborn child is forced to buy the S&P 500. Let's have a quick overview of Bitcoin. While everyone is looking up, I'm telling people to look down now, but they don't want to listen. And I think coin is losing some steam. Bitcoin is consolidating at the moment. Neither the bears nor the bulls have definitively pushed prices up or down yet. Okay, it's down today by, I think, almost by 1%, shy of 1%. We're going to see a pullback to 100,000 US dollars, shortly after to 95,000 US dollars, and then to 92,000. We might get a sharper deviation to 88,000 US dollars, and that will give us a pullback from here to here of around 15%. If it does choose to break out, then of course my theory is invalidated, but I've been right too many times now. Too many times. Yeah, come on. Ethereum is at the moment doing remarkably well. We're consolidating right now, but if I go on to the lower time frames, let me go on to the 3-hour time frame. We're at the moment forming higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. We could head to 3,000 US dollars, kiss this area and head back downwards. My bias is, of course, like you all know, we're going to have a correction. Not a large, massive correction, but we are going to see a correction. It looks like now that the market is slowly running out of steam. We have the S&P 500 with massive gaps. We have a gap here. Let me get rid of everything so I can show you clearly. We have gaps all over the board, Sergeant. We have gaps everywhere. Everywhere. You name it, we got it. We got gaps here. Okay. Then we got another gap here. Market makers, what they normally do is they fill the gaps. On a shorter time frame, we need to fill this gap. We might not necessarily fill this gap. We have either two scenarios. The first scenario is that we're in a period of 2017 where it just goes up and up during the whole summer. Just like in the past, we normally have a period where it's classically called sell in May and go away. So that's what's going to happen, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, sir. I wanted to show you something really interesting, which did actually catch my eye. And this is some alpha. I don't know if it's going to really play out like this, but this did definitely surprise me, because what some market makers are doing right now is very, very interesting. So we have this candle, and this candle caught my eye. I'm just on the charts as I am 18 hours a day. I'm just checking out the charts, and I see this massive, huge wick down. And to my surprise, I was like, no, this cannot be right here. No. This does not make sense. So I went down to the lower time frames, and I was like, okay, this looks kind of strange. Why would market makers do this? Why would they dump right here all the way to this lower area of around 28 cents? I was like, okay, let me have a deeper look, a deeper inspection. So I went into the 15-minute chart, and I was like, okay, something does not add up here. So market makers are dumping into this strength. So I kept on looking deeper and deeper, and I noticed, you know, my theory is called the Ahmed theory. So what happens is, when we have wicks, for some reason, market makers always push it down here. Now I can give you example A. I'll give you this ADA. This is exhibit A. This is a few weeks back. And I did say, if you've been following my channel, welcome to my channel, smash the like button, subscribe. We've got plenty of alpha here, and join our private members. I said that we're heading to this wick. Fast forward a few weeks later, and what do we have, ladies and gentlemen? Wait for it. And there we have it. Okay. It got very, very close to the wick. Very close. I think we were shy by 0.01%. So we got very, very close to that point. And I'll show you another example. This is virtual protocol. And as you can see here, if you were following our channel, I did say we're going to fill the wick. And shortly after, not long after, a few weeks after, we ended up almost filling the wick. I think we were shy of 0.0 and some change. What normally happens is market makers normally push the price there. It's not guaranteed, it's not 100%, but it's there to show you that there is a possibility that we could reach that wick. This is the altcoin season index, and we're currently at 24. We're having a sharper retracement into Bitcoin season, and I believe that Bitcoin dominance is slightly edging higher at the moment. The last time I saw it was around 62. I think it's edging a little bit higher to 63. We managed to break this area right over here. We managed to head down consecutively for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and the whole market has gone absolutely hysterical. But is this a great period to really go completely in? In our research here, we've shown you categorically every time we have an FOMC meeting, ladies and gentlemen, we have a altcoin rally. Altcoins rally shortly after. So over here, we had an altcoin rally. I'm not saying the rally is completely over. No. I'm just saying that we're not close to altcoin season. Altcoin season needs a lot of different metrics. So for example, I'll give you a clear example. We need a lot of green lights. So if, for example, we have this green light, that's one green light, second green light, third green light, fourth green light, fifth green light, sixth green light, seventh green light, eighth green light. So Bitcoin only just needs 2 green lights. The S&P 500 just needs 1 green light. Ethereum needs possibly 4 green lights. Then you have some of the more speculative coins where you need all 5. Then if you really are looking for altcoin season, you need the full whammy, all the green lights. So imagine you're at a traffic light and you need to get to X. So you're here and you're trying to get to Y. You need all of these, and you're trying to get there at the quickest rate possible. You need all of these lights to turn green. Get it? And that is altcoin season. So whoever's telling you, yeah, we're in altcoin season, this is it. No. How many times have we seen altcoin rallies? We get very close. So we get to position 1, then we get to position 2, position 3, position 4, and we're all thinking, oh, this is it. This is it. And then after we find out, boy, we got ahead of ourselves. If the Fed don't pivot, my friend, alts will continue to bleed. Let me show you this as well. I know I'm rambling right now, but I really want to get a lot of stuff off my chest today. So this might go on for a little bit longer. I'm going to drop some more gems. This is total free divided by Bitcoin. If you overlay this with liquidity, there is a very, very similar chart. They really do kind of correlate. As you can see here, when I haven't moved it around, I can move it around like some of these people on social media like to pump up their bags. Oh guys, look, M2 supply is the same as Bitcoin. M2 is leading Bitcoin. Nah, but this looks very, very similar, to be fair. This actually looks similar. Now we're heading downwards, and so is the altcoin market heading downwards. Now, usually what happens is when we hit these support lines, we normally bounce on these major support areas. So it looks like we're bouncing, and then we could go up higher to around here to here. Okay, if my theory is right, we have a summer lull, and there, ladies and gentlemen, is the last final capitulation. But it's not going to happen from Ethereum. It's going to happen from the rest of the altcoins. The rest of the altcoins are going to be the last to actually bend the knee to Bitcoin. Most participants are probably going to sell their altcoins and head into Bitcoin as Bitcoin goes to 145. Now I'm still on this road of 145, and I'm not going to stop at it. Bitcoin is heading higher. There is massive, massive institutional demand on Bitcoin. I'm uber bullish on Bitcoin. Retail, I'm not talking about it. We all know this. Google Trends. Put your hand up if you own an ounce of Bitcoin, guys. Be honest. Come on. Be honest now. Be honest, guys. Be very, very honest with me. Do you, in the comments below, just put a little gold sign or something and tell me, do you really own Bitcoin? Because I can show you the stats. I'm not talking about a wallet with dust, like a wallet with 0.000% of Bitcoin. No, I'm talking about, do you actually own a sufficient amount of Bitcoin? If you look at the search terms, we've gone through this before. And but this is a good reminder. Basically, in the past day, no one's talking about it. In the past, let's do in the past 7 days, no one's talking about it. Not really. It's making lower lows and lower highs. Sorry. Let's see on the 30-day. This is the UK. This is pointless. Let's go on to worldwide. UK is in a depression, but let's go on to worldwide and let's go to the past 5 years. And from there, like, look at this. Look at this, guys. Bitcoin's at $100,000 and we are right over here. Now, some folks are telling you, yes, guys, we're just in the beginning of retail coming in, but this is not a retail market anymore for Bitcoin. This is massive institutional plays. They're pushing the prices up. Don't you see? They're the ones that are pushing these prices up. Oh yeah, something funny. AI agents. Oh my God. Now look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. That's how much demand there is for AI agents, guys. I took a little left here. Let's get back to the topic of crypto. That's the situation we are in. It's currently at 102. Bitcoin is losing some steam, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's over for now. Just a quick roundup. I'm standing on my price predictions and my price targets. You're well aware of what I think. We're heading lower before we head to 145. The road to 145 continues, guys. That's it for now, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, smash that like button, join our private members. It's in our bio, and I'll see you soon. I'll catch you in the next one. Love. Peace.